Hello guys, welcome to another trade recap. Today we got some shorts. I did play the double break today. Also, I have two extra markups that I want to go over. But let me just go ahead and explain why I took the double break today. So looking back on the higher time from over here, NQ pretty much NQ and ES both had this sell-off on London, and at open pretty much ES was here and NQ did push higher at open, and I was a little bit concerned when I took the short because I was like, okay, we're kind of close to this highs over here. I can see NQ push higher, and even if we're not able to hold, I think we're gonna tip over. If not, we can even like go for this highs over here. I mean, at the end of the day, we ended up going higher, but that was one of the things I was watching. But I didn't take the trend in I was watching ES, and ES was pretty much weaker today on the open. So what I was looking over here, pretty much we had full wheel up alignment. We're pretty much under all value areas too, and I was just looking pretty much to continue the trend lower. I wanted to see the trend continuation lower based on the move that we have from London. That was my main idea for the morning. So as soon as we close, we kind of break over here. Well, we kind of know we actually broke over here with this small tip over here. We push lower, and I took the first entry over here on this candle at 9:49. Once we close that, I took that on the combine first. And actually kind of fucked up because I took the short on in Q by accident and I took it 10 micros, which is a full mini. So I almost fucked up. Well, I not fucked up because I wanted to go short, but it was just too heavy, bro. I didn't notice I was trading on in Q. Closed that for a small loss because I panicked. Then I short the correct amount on ES, which was pretty much a full mini on ES. So I took the first entry on the combine. Then I jumped into Top Step, and then I waited a little bit longer to take the trade on my Ignite, and that's because of the copy trading stuff that I mentioned to you guys. When I got the combines on Top One Futures, so got pretty much all the accounts into short. I really, really, really got tested over here, guys, because we got so close, bro, to these highs, and I was just like, I'm gonna hold it, I'm gonna hold it. And at this point, bro, I think on at 10:05, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna get stopped out. I mean, I'm probably gonna get stopped over here, but I mean, I was not eager about the loss because I wanted to go kind of short once I saw the pre-market opening and stuff. So I really like the shorts. I like the trade. It made sense in my head. I knew why I was trading the short. So I wasn't, I asked up to the loss and I was like, okay, whatever. It's a good trade, bro. I really wanted to take the double break over here. Full wheel up alignment and close, a strong close under New York. So I mean, we're gonna go lower in my opinion. So ended up playing out. I got out here at 10:16. I actually got tagged out over here on pretty much on trade a bit over here on Trading View, and then I also got filled on my Top Step. I wanted to hold the trade a little bit longer on my combine just because I was watching in queue and usually both break. So my idea in my head was okay, I'm gonna take my money on the funded, but I'm gonna hold the trade on the combine just because NQ didn't break the low yet. Let me just go here. So over here at 10:15, we got kind of close over here to break the low, but we didn't broke. So I was looking for this to happen, and I was looking to hold this trade all the way over here at 10:47. So pretty much this will have been something like this. And that's because I wanted to usually both break. So um that's what I wanted to see, and actually it did happen today. But I was actually working at that time already, so I was not really paying attention to the charts anymore. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna close the trade, whatever. So I ended up pretty much closing the trade because I was not watching the charts anymore. I mean, I was watching the charts over here on this computer like this, but I'm not like fully engaged on the charts right now. That's why I actually like decided just to close it out on a small profit, I guess it was like 500. But due to the loss that I fucked up over here on NQ because I took the short on NQ by accident in the morning, and I panicked because I went 10 micros on micro NQ, pretty much a full mini on NQ. I panicked, closed that shit, then I re-enter on ES, and it was I think I lost like $200, bro. like this on NQ, bro, which is just crazy, bro. But I was able to land some profit, like 200 something on profit on the combine, so we're good on that side. But yeah, I pretty much cut all the trades over here. Then pretty much I was done for the day at this point. I was looking at these ideas over here, but these ideas were more based on the idea that first of all we didn't fully double break yet. We formed perfectly equal highs over here. So when I saw the spike over here, I was like, okay, we're pretty much gonna be chopping around at this point, I think. So I decided to stay out, but I think this was a valid trade over here. Pretty much our retest of New York. We haven't broke yet, so this is I think this is a valid trade to take over here. And I mean, you can take the trade pretty much like it's probably this for let's say 5 6 points over here, you know. Or the other idea that I had, which was the original idea that I had for my trade on my combine, was to pretty much hold the trade to 1046 to 47, which that's the time when NQ actually broke the range to the downside. So that was the other idea that I had. Then this is the other idea that I had too. I'm just throwing some ideas to the market over here because I'm trying to be involved in the market on this type of situations where I know we're at a key level over here and the BWAPs are already pointing downwards. Everything is pointing downwards. I think we're gonna move lower, but sometimes it's kind of like I don't know where to place my stop, and I'm trying to see these trades specifically talking about like this type of situation over here when we take the trade on a level and we use the BWAPs as defense. I'm not taking the trade at BWAP, I know that, but we have this defense over here, and if I'm taking the short over here, I don't want to say I'm like predicting or expecting in a sense, but kind of like expecting if we test beat New York to continue lower, you know. And also, I was close, bro, to take the trade over here, but because I was like watching the charts like this, and I was about to take the trade over here on the combine, um, but I didn't. I just wanted to. I just pretty much marked it out, and I wanted to see play it out and actually play it out. Um, but yeah, this is an idea that I liked a lot, and especially something that I was watching today was initial balance. So pretty much, I think today the initial balance is the same thing as the opening range low because we chop so much over here that this low and 930. Oh, sorry, 930 over here. Well, yeah, I guess it was from over here. It was the initial balance low. So pretty much this is like a retest of the initial balance low combined with opening range low. We have the BWAPs, So theoretically speaking, I think this is a high probability trade based on the idea that we broke the initial balance where we trace into initial balance, and we should not, I guess, quote unquote, expect this to get broken most of the time. I know it's probable, but they probably say we're not gonna break, and what happened? We actually broke today. But I mean, at this point of the market, at this time, I was not expecting this to happen. So that's why I like this short over here. It's something I'm still probably gonna try it out at some point. I'm not sure like when, but when I see an opportunity that actually makes sense to me, I'm probably gonna give it a try. Not exactly take the trade on upper range low or because of the initial balance, but the main idea for me is that we have the BWAPs as defense. And since being pretty much sellers, since overnight, I'm kind of like quote unquote expecting we're gonna defend this BWAPs. So that's why it kind of makes sense for me to take a short over here. And then I was looking further on the day I was looking for take another trade over here, but nothing happened over here. I was not planning to take the short here. I wanted to see more structure form like yesterday, like the job that we had. I was looking for something like this. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna take the first break on there. I'm just gonna wait to see if we can form a structure, this and that. But price just went higher, and pretty much my idea for shorts was not bothering anymore. I'm not gonna say that we cannot go to take this low because we got so close. I'm not saying that, but my idea was never presented because first of all, we never came back. I think until if we can close come to New York and close. That will be kind of like the idea that I had, but it's gonna almost the market is almost about to close, and I mean we never got here. They closed neither, so it was just an idea that I had, but I never presented. I was looking for the chop to happen more, or I guess closer to New York Bebop, and then like around let's say I guess 3 p.m. find a short over here like yesterday, but that idea never presented. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. The and a key thing over here that I was also watching, which is one of the hypotheses that I was looking um on this last month review that I mentioned to you guys this Monday, was about the BWAPs pinching. And guess who was pinching today? Today NQ was motherfucking pinching, bro. So when I took the shirt and I was in deep drawdown, like here, I was like, okay, so it's still valid, it still makes sense. BWAPs are pinching, and based on like last week's I guess more recent double breaks, this price action has been more normal. We're just getting so close to getting stopped out, but the high or the low is respected, and we just pretty much end up double breaking, So I got kind of nervous over here, but I was like, I mean, it just makes sense in my head. And also when I saw the BWAPs, I noticed that the BWAPs were pinching on Inky. I was like, okay, we're pinching. Based on what I saw in June, this most likely there's a high probability they're gonna double break over here. So we ended up actually double breaking this. When the BWAPs got pinching over here on AQ, ES is not pinching, but I guess it's just another example that we can add to the data that we already had on June about the pinching double break probabilities um being higher. Well, I guess the probabilities of double breaking are higher if BWAPs are pinching at least on one of the indices in Q or ES. So that's an extra data point that we can add to that thesis that I'm looking at right now. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys made money today. I hope you guys didn't like blow up accounts over here on the chop, because I know it can be really cheeky, but if you're like pretty much changing directions higher, lower. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys made money today, or at least stayed out of these conditions over here. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something today, not from my video, but from the older market today and market conditions and why not. And yeah, guys, see you guys tomorrow. Take care.